Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Average Joe Investing Channel, and my name is Drew. And today I wanted to show you how I was able to 2x my entire portfolio in a matter of just 2 years. For those of you who don't personally know me, I have been an investor in the markets now for about 3 years, and I got really serious literally right before COVID hit. So I am a living proof that you can invest right before a crash and be way on top afterwards. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it'd be 1 year, 2 years, whatever the case may be. Crashes are all different in their own nature. But you invest right before a crash, you will be on top afterwards. It's just a given fact, and why I am now gung-ho in the market. I'm investing over $1,000 a month to not only grow my portfolio, but to give my family a chance at something that I didn't have growing up. So that's why I created this channel. That's why I call it Average Joe Investing. I'm actually going to be showing you, not in spreadsheets, Excel sheets, whatever the case may be. I'm going to be bringing you my actual portfolio, my biggest portfolio that I have. It's not $1 million. That's why it's called Average Joe. But it is roughly around $50,000, and I was able to take it from $29,000 at its lowest point 2 years ago to now being right at $50,000. So without any further ado, let me get you right on over to my portfolio, and I can go over some of the things that I did. All right, so here is my actual portfolio. So without giving out any information about myself, other than maybe just my name, this is my portfolio. As you can see, as of today, it is at $49,282.16 with a loss of 0.81% of 367,000. But what I really wanted to show you on this right here is literally where I was. So when I actually transferred to investing and not just putting a small portion in ETF and the rest in bonds and CDs, my portfolio was able to grow from literally 30,000 to about 35,000. I was completely taken aback. That was literally in a 1 month span. I had a talk with my father-in-law. He gave me some investing advice, and it took off. I mean, it was great. But then, of course, what happened that year, or literally come February? COVID. And if you look right here, Wednesday, February 19th, I was at 35,000, and by March 23rd, I was at 29,000. Sorry, yep, 29,700. I mean, I literally lost $5,000, and I mean, that's scary. You know, so some people, $5,000 chump change. Well, that's not me. But with that, I was able to, in a few short months, by May, be right back on top. I was over where I was that February. And sometimes the markets don't turn that quickly. That is also a very special case. The Fed started pumping money in. Long story short, they gave us a boost. They were our best friend. But let's just go all the way to February of the following year. We'll go to February 16th. Literally in 1 year's time, I was able to take my portfolio from 29,000 at its lowest to 46,000. I mean, that's almost a $20,000 increase. Now, of course, going through the year and continuing to maintain buying, selling certain entities, I went back down. This is the way the market goes. If you think that it's just going to be one way and just keep going up, up, up to the moon, as Elon Musk and every Dogecoin fan says, it's not the case. But continuing with my investment strategy and my approach, I was able to hit a peak of 52, and right now I'm right at 50. And I'm fine, I'm comfortable, I adjust with the markets. But now to the meat and the potatoes. How the heck did I do that? How did an average guy like me take an investment like that, just looking at YouTube videos or Google? Well, it's very simple. I took one life lesson that I was taught from my father-in-law, and it was invest in things that you know. Plain and simple. That's the simplest advice, because most things that people are buying out there on the streets are products that are being sold consistently. Everybody wants an Apple iPhone. Why do you want an Apple iPhone? Apple, one of the biggest companies in the world. They have iPads, they have computers, tablets, whatever the case may be, they've got it all. So why not invest in Apple? Are they going to die? Are they going to go somewhere? Is that company going to go to zero? No. No, it would be. I mean, it would literally take a catastrophic event for somewhere like Apple to go. So I still have some of those positions that I had over 2 years ago now, and now I'm going to go over here to my positions tab. So a couple entities that I had. I had Apple. Now I have sold certain shares, but I had Apple, AMD, Capital One. Banking was really good. Ford. This was probably my biggest. Now I've sold some of it. Quite a lot of it, but I literally invested $5,000 and I was able to 4x that. 4x off of $500. Sorry if I said 5,000. This is the Fidelity, S&P 500, so on and so forth. We're going down, and yeah. Verizon, that's another company, and yeah. So, looking at all these, now some of the SoFis, these are some more riskier plays that I'm taking on. I still am kind of young. But Microsoft, MasterCard, Coke, JP Morgan, Chase. And this is what I have now. I've done some selling, obviously, due to the fact of where the market is right now. I want to have a lot of money on the sidelines for when this... I don't really want to call it a recession. I don't know why I'm not feeling recession. A lot of people are feeling recession. But during this downturn into the bear market. So yeah, so let's exit out of this. Okay, perfect. So, how did I do it? What did I do? Well, in the beginning when I started investing, I invested into an ETF and CDs and bonds. The reason why I did that was because it was a fail-safe. An ETF is made up of God knows how many different stocks, so that even on a bad day, you're not losing a ton, and even on a great day, you're not gaining a ton. But you are gaining. But then I wanted to change my mindset. I felt that I had been in the market long enough. I felt that my mentality was strong enough, and I felt like I was ready for the risk, even though the risk came literally months later. But with that, what did I do? Well, exactly what I said. I invested in the name brands. Now, are we going to have another COVID-like crash? No, but we are in sort of a slump due to inflation right now. And so maybe it is a good buying market. As you can see, I bought throughout that $5,000 drop. I continued to buy and was able to nearly 2x my money in 2 years. And I did it off of big names, things that I invested in. I have a PC, Microsoft. That's the first thing that comes to mind, right? Xbox, Microsoft, Apple. Everybody in our family, including my kids, have an iPhone. Even though they hand them out for free, they still make money, as crazy as that is. So, Apple, having a PC, AMD, big chip maker, they're growing in their GPUs. These were the things that went into my mind. And this was before I became fundamentally, before I started to have a fundamental mindset and knowledge into investing. I took fundamentals out of it, and I took one simple word: invest in things you know. And that is how I was able to 2x my money. Ford's not going anywhere. They're the only American automaker that is yet to go bankrupt. And I don't include Tesla because they haven't been out as long as Ford. I mean, let's be serious. Tesla can claim their 10, 5 years, whatever. I mean, however long they've been, that they haven't gone bankrupt. That's great. You haven't been around long enough to go bankrupt. But considering that GM is just as old as Ford, Dodge, all these other companies have had to file for bankruptcy. Ford hasn't. So when Ford went down to $4 a share, the share price before it dropped to $4 was right around $8. And I was like, shoot, if I buy it at $4 and even in 2 years it goes up to $8, I doubled my money. It was a risk that I was willing to take. Ford was not going anywhere, even if they filed for bankruptcy. Ford's not leaving the market. Their trucks are number one. Their Mustangs, everybody knows it. And that was my mindset into investing. Microsoft, it's not going to go anywhere. There's no other operating system that anybody would want to have but Microsoft Windows. I mean, yes, there's Linux and things like that, but what's the go-to? And that was my mindset. Banks, what do banks use? Visa, MasterCard. Well, I wouldn't say, but Visa and MasterCard are the two highest cards used by banks. And credit cards, Visa, MasterCard. Those are the two things that you've heard. I mean, I was an 80s/90s baby. Visa, MasterCard. You heard it on the TV all the time back when people used to have commercials and not Netflix and everything like that. So what did I do? dropped my money into there. Did I make some riskier plays? Did I take some chances? You're absolutely right. I have a little switch in my head that when a stock reaches a certain low, I'll pull out. When a stock reaches a certain high, I'll take some of the profit. These are all things that you will personally have to figure out on your own. Like, where's your tolerance? Where's your threshold? Some people can only take a 3% drop before they sell. So be it. Their choice. It's their money. Who gives a crap? Some people will just let gains go as far as they can go and never sell. Good for them. This isn't an investing like Bible, like how to. This is more of taking an average person and giving you the mindset that they did when they dropped their entire inheritance basically into something in which they could have lost it. And that is what brought me here. And this is showing you real life things. This isn't an Excel spreadsheet, and that's not to dog anybody else. No one wants to give out their information. No one wants to have anybody potentially find their information. And I definitely completely understand that. I really wanted to give into a mindset of not someone who's trying to make it rich off of here, not someone who is trying to scam the markets or tell you that there's something they're not. I'm not a financial advisor. I didn't go to school for any of this. The only knowledge that I have is from Google and YouTube. Same place most people get their knowledge nowadays. And so with this first video, exactly how I doubled my money, or potentially doubled my money, or almost doubled my money. Very simple. Invest in things that you know, things that you buy all the time. I don't think there's a stock for Shaq shoes, but long story short, Walmart. If you're at Walmart every single day, is Walmart going anywhere? Have you seen the crowds there? No. Invest in it. Will it have bad days? You're gosh darn right. Will it have some deeply bad days? Obviously. But is Walmart going to continue to go up? Yes. They're not going anywhere. Microsoft, Apple, things like that. So if you wanted just a quick little video on how to get into the market, this is exactly it. Invest in things you know. Now, throughout this channel, I'm going to bring you more fundamental analysis and how to slowly adapt a mindset of understanding the market, because just investing in things you know obviously won't get you there, get you to your ultimate goal, but it is a good foundation and a good starting point. But like I said, I want to continue to grow on this, but I wanted to take it from piece by piece. I want people who haven't invested in the stock market to be able to start, to be able to take the jump, to put $5 in it, $10, $100, whatever the case may be, and get started. It's a very scary place, but it's also a very rewarding place. And in the end, if you're going to set up anything for your kids, for your family, for your namesake, hiding it on the mattress doesn't work anymore. It's an old habit. Get rid of it, and let's start investing. So with that, thank you for checking me out. My name is Drew, and this is Average Joe Investing. Please make sure you like, subscribe, follow, whatever the hell you want to do. If you want to thumbs down it, go right on ahead. I'm more than happy to listen to you in the comments. But let's get this channel off the ground. Come grow with me, and let's grow our money together. All right, peace.